Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks, the only podcast, like all sucker MCs everywhere, tries to take your... I'm trying to think of a ghetto word for problems. Anybody help me?
I'm not from the ghetto, Dom. I have no idea.
Takes all your...
First world beef.
First world beef, tries to quash it.
Very good. Very street terminology.
Tries to squash that beef in the form of some sick solutionizing sucker. I'm Dom.
I'm Ross.
And I'm Dan.
And I'm running out of ideas.
Sucker.
Welcome to the show. Dan called me a sucker MC before we came on air, so I...
You went full gangster, didn't you?
Yeah, I went full gangster, and he is a punk at that.
Punk-ass motherfucker.
A punk-ass mother flipper. So, welcome back. Yes, we're here, and we're another week, and we're having a good time. Sitting in a dark room, looking at each other. They're looking at me very confused.
It sounds like you're vamping. It sounds like you're trying to fill for time.
I'm not having a stroke. I'm not having a stroke.
I am.
I'm just... Dan's having a stroke of me. If you're watching on the live stream, hello. And if you're listening at home, hello.
Hello.
So this week, I think we should start with some correspondence. We've had a wave of correspondence.
We should have... what have we got queued up first, Mr. Gilbert?
It's whatever order you want it.
Ooh. Well,
I'm an easygoing kind of guy.
I'll tell you what I'll do is that because you two have got the visual presentation, haven't you, for the live stream?
Got our PowerPoint's ready.
Yeah. I'll go for the non-visual stuff first.
Can we link videos in description for the actual podcast though?
No.
Oh really?
I don't think I've tried many a time to put a photo in. When we were ages ago, we did that sextile one, that Japanese sextile one. I tried to put it in there and it didn't turn up.
Well,
but I'll try and find a way.
The separate podcast we did on Japanese sex dolls.
Yes.
Called
See if it fits.
See if it fits. My waifu. Oh, my waifu. Right.
See if it squeaks.
Not if you use enough lube. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
So we had
She craft in my face.
We had a barrage of comments.
Another gangster word.
Yes.
an absolute gatting. Those bullets were flying at me like mama's hotcakes on a rainy California day.
Our good friend Steve Wynn busted out his comment 9 on us, and
did he?
And he shot us with some truth bullets. Actually,
he popped a cap in our minds.
What he said was that he needs a See If It Sticks name because these win jokes are good, kinda. I've had them all my life. Come on, guys, give me a break.
He wants to be inducted.
He wants to be inducted, yes.
Into the cult.
I think he's earned his way in. He's certainly been in touch enough.
That's true.
His suggested names are Winnebago, Winnie the Pooh, Winnet, Winston, and Win-A-Lot. Oh no, sorry. These are all banned.
These are all banned.
These are his school nicknames.
So basically, he wants a name for the induction into the...
Did you
his winduction?
His winduction into the cult of sticks.
Did you have nicknames at school? Oh.
Didn't need one, mate. I was a walking fucking joke.
What about you, Ross?
I was rugby ball because not only
Gilbert,
was my head shaped like a rugby ball, it is Gilbert, and I was called Giblet. I think that was it.
I didn't really have many nicknames.
No.
I don't know
what you can do with Dom or Alexander, is there?
No. My brother and sister called me Dobberdick for a long time.
Dobberdick.
That's quite a good one.
Condom.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Has been broken out once or twice in my life.
It never ceases to amaze me how ingenious children insults are.
Well, their language centers are developing. I always see it as a way of playing with words, but they never really. A lot of people don't sort of get past that playing with language. The cruel stage, I call it. Saying that though, I had such a short temper when I was a kid. I just fucking flew into a rage whenever someone did something like that. So
someone called you condom and then you punched him in the eye.
Yeah, I basically punched him.
I didn't really care much.
I fell out.
Giblet and rugby ball weren't too bad, so I was fine with those.
Well, you know, Fortunately, you guys didn't have to grow up with the surname like Hoare.
No, it's true.
Huare.
Harry. It's from.
What did the kids say to you then? They just call you a whore? Were they really that inventive?
Largely, yeah. I mean, it was probably worst upon the realization of what a whore was.
So until about 13, 14, you were right.
Yeah,
got away with it
I mean,
for a
sort
long
of probably end of primary school, people started to
Yeah.
realise that whore was prostitute.
Mm.
You know, and it doesn't matter that it's not spelt the same, does it?
No.
Obviously, it doesn't
course
matter
not.
that it's not spelt the same. But
That's the beauty of the English language.
I think kind of there was sort of like quite a fast learning curve because I mean I don't kind of mind it. Like occasionally we get deliveries to work and they ask for your surname and you say whore and they kind of look at you and they don't want to smirk, and then I always say something like just like your mother or
Oh my!
Right in there, yeah.
Wow.
because the thing is it's really the only way, because like as an adult, people don't know whether it's okay to, most people anyway, don't know whether it's okay to sort of like make it, you know, maybe I haven't quite come to terms with it yet or something. Like at school, it was a bit more like people would say it, you know, a little bit more maliciously. But if you kind of just went along with it and had a laugh about it and like, you know, they say like, does that mean your mum's a whore? And I go, yeah, that makes two of us. Like it was kind of like a, you know, you just sort of got to. But the beauty of it is that you never hear anything new. Like if I tell someone my name, especially if someone's like drunk or something along those lines, and they want to sort of like take a pop about it, it's like you can see them about to go, and you could just sort of like you could just completely disarm them and be like, I'm going to stop you there because yes, my mother's a whore.
Yeah,
like if
that's
you've
the
got
best way to do it, I guess.
like my mother's a whore. I'm a whore bag. You know, other than the obvious things. Like, the thing is, there's no like creativity in it. Like
Awesome.
it's literally whore. It's there.
It's right there,
That's
right in
it.
the face.
Like if you can think of something creative, I'm
I did
all
know
ears.
once upon a time a ram's bottom, and that must have been torture from a young age.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is worse
Yeah.
than whore. Like whore is there.
At least you had about 12, maybe 10 years of getting away with it before the kids realised.
Yeah.
Because even in like when you're little, like ram's bottom is still funny.
It is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Because
Yeah.
it's a ram the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like something a little bit more subtle like that is worse because you have to be creative with it.
Yeah.
Almost. Like, I remember, like, you know, like you say, kids at school sort of like morphing your name into something that rhymes or something like that. I mean, I remember, you know, there was a guy in my year whose surname was Janus.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Janus the anus.
But exactly, like, you know, kids go straight there. Like they used to call him anus, and like the thing is, it's like it's creative. Like,
Janus.
yeah, it's more creative. But anyway, we do need a name for Steve Wynn. Maybe we should think on it and have one for next time because we've got quite a lot to fit in this show.
Victorious Stephen.
Victorious Stephen.
Yeah, we'll wait till next week.
Yeah, we'll wait till next week. But he does go on, and
Does he?
and he got the. I'm not sure if he accidentally sat on a laxative and it worked backwards, but all of a sudden Steve Wynn exploded in a glorious shower of something I completely didn't see coming.
Oh.
So as the episode went on,
Did you have a mop?
he says no, because you know he made a Ross suggestion last time.
A Ross suggestion.
But we said Ross suggestion. He says no, it sounds like the Dog in the Walls advert. Like, Ross suggestion. Ross.
Yeah, woes.
Sausages.
And then he went on to say, damn your puns. But then something beautiful happened.
Oh.
I don't know where this came from, but he said, we are at the end of our natural evolution. Our bodies are perfect for living on Earth. It will continue when we leave Earth, and our bodies over hundreds or thousands of years will change to adapt for other worlds or space. But until then, there will be unnatural evolution where we merge with our technology, which is already happening with prosthetics and bionic eyes and ears, and even the development of smart tech installed in us to put our mobile tech in our heads.
Is this because we were talking about bionic stuff last week? Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm guessing so. He wasn't just, you know.
Remember, our destiny is in the stars.
But I thought that was just a beautiful kind of like metaphor for this show, that you start with something, something
primitive.
something so ridiculous, and then we've got there.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Lovely.
Second thing I've got for you guys.
Oh, blimey.
Got for you guys this week. Is I'm just going to take a little lean back so that you can't kind of see what I've got going on here.
Is this what you wanted to keep a surprise from us?
Yes, because you probably have undoubtedly
on the live stream. Dan has turned into a hobbit. Yeah, really small.
That's what I look like normally.
Oh, you fools!
The size of Dom's head compared to Dan's. He looks like he'd literally eat him.
So I'm sure that you guys probably saw this in the news anyway, but this is going back to something that we discussed on air way back when.
People listening at home have got no idea what's going on.
I know, right?
They're
Sorry,
squashing me on the live stream.
Yeah.
Yes, going back to something we talked way back when we were still recording in your spare bedroom, Ross.
Right.
And
Otherwise known as a sex dungeon.
I'm sure you remember discussing.
The girlfriend didn't like it being called the podcast room. So sex dungeon it is.
We made magic in there.
We did make magic.
I'm
The chain's
sure.
sort of gotten away, but
I'm sure you will remember us discussing the cancer of Hollywood being the Emoji Movie.
yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
go
fucking
on.
hell. Yeah, I do remember
Has
the
that
Emoji
happened
Movie.
yet?
No, it is happening.
Is it in development hell?
Well, no, it is not. So let me read you the headline from this is from an actual news source as well, which makes it even funnier when I read it out.
What's the source?
The Guardian.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's actual
It's
newspaper.
reputable.
Patrick Stewart, the voice poo emoji in the Emoji Movie.
He will
that's
do
awesome.
anything now.
The acclaimed Shakespearean actor will take on the role of a pile of excrement in a new animated comedy. Patrick Stewart is set to voice the poo emoji in animated adventure The Emoji Movie. The actor, known for his stage and screen work, will play Poop alongside Silicon Valley star TJ Miller, Broad City star Elena Glazer, and James Corden. Ugh. You know it's going to be fucking
TJ Miller, I know the name.
He's in Silicon Valley, apparently.
Oh, I know the name.
You know it's going to be a little bit Patrick Stewart, and by Patrick Stewart I mean shit. Not as Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart is fucking fantastic. He's number.
A comparison picture.
Yes, I believe so. I'll just quickly hold that up for the camera.
There's the poop
uncanny.
emoji. Yes, he looks even the little flick at the top of his head.
I will say that Patrick Stewart is probably top 5 in my people I'd like to go to the pub with. But I'm going to henceforth refer to things during this episode that I think are shit as Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
So I mean, anything with James Corden in is going to be a little bit Patrick Stewart.
Mm.
The plot follows an emoji born with multiple expressions who goes on an adventure in a teenager's phone. The announcement of Stewart's involvement was accompanied by news that Christopher Guest's longtime collaborator Jennifer Coolidge and Bridesmaids star Maya Rudolph will also voice characters in the film. Blah, blah, blah. A teaser trailer was recently released to largely negative feedback online. The majority of its trailer uploads on YouTube are currently swayed by dislikes, with one featuring more than 11 times disapproval versus approval. So we are not the only ones that think
It's a
that
shame we
this
could have
is
played that out.
that think that this is absolutely
I have not
fucking
seen
awful.
that.
Remember we came up for trailers for the Emoji Movie?
Yeah, we did.
Do you think they took any of our ideas?
I don't know. Let's find it.
Yeah, well, we'll watch it later.
We'll find it later.
Yeah, so there we go. I just thought that was a glorious thing to see in an actual newspaper. Patrick Stewart to voice poo emoji in the Emoji Movie.
Amazing.
What is the world coming to?
What is the word?
Exactly my thoughts.
Would you like to go next, or shall I go next?
You can go next.
Okay, I'll go next. We have got some Darren Hollister's social media digest. It's not really social media digest.
Whoa.
Is it? I guess it is. Yeah,
Whoa.
that was nice. That's gonna get cut and put in.
What
Dude.
the hell is that? That was something else.
Right?
Yeah.
Darren Hollister says, "See if
I'll
it
do
sticks."
it at the end as well.
Yeah, do it at the end as well. Yeah. He says, "See if it sticks. Your tech guys are amazing," and he is referring to the ambulance drone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, which is it's a CGI thing I've seen it on Facebook for a little while, It does seem like something that we would
A
invent.
concept.
It's a concept drawing,
Yes.
but they've proper CGI'd the shit out of it, though. It looks
They
pretty
really
real.
have, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a small drone ambulance that can swoop in. It's not much bigger than a car.
How do you get into it though?
From the front opens
It's
up.
got like
Yeah,
a-
but like if you're fucking incapacitated and dying.
Oh no, it has a paramedic with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not coming on its own. Here it
So it
comes.
doesn't-
Here it comes flying
Oh!
through the streets.
Like Spider-Man.
Look, the cars are crashing into each other, trying to see it above.
There's no paramedic in that one, though, is there?
Well, no, but
No.
Oh, look.
there he is. Look,
Oh, he's
it's-
taking a
the
small, very yellow man. I think he's got jaundice.
Now comes the.
It looks like
propellers
it
and off
looks
goes.
to be an army medic from the green tone of the guy as well.
And there
Yep.
it goes, crashes into a building, bursts into flames, and they have to call out a ground-based ambulance.
Oh,
What's that? A
Be
wind?
careful.
There's
look,
prevailing wind.
No, it can navigate past rogue arrows.
and it can land on H's.
Yeah, it's landed on some random skyscraper in Tokyo.
Is that guy flying 5?
Mr.
once?
Robot there, hacking into it, destroying it.
Red alert.
And here we are. It's landing
Yeah,
in
so,
Grand
I mean-
Theft Auto 5.
I mean, that's a fairly good idea. I think.
Is that a drone defibrillator?
Yes, they're actually on the way, those drone defibrillators. Yeah.
Yeah?
Imagine one going wrong, just going down and like chasing after you.
It's bolts of lightning out the
Clear.
sky.
Right, that's Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Get over here! No, they deliver a defibrillator to someone on the street, and then you get told how to do it
Gotcha.
over the phone by 999. It's not just like a flying defibrillator, just two pads,
Yeah.
just two electrified
They fly
pads
onto
on
your
fucking
chest.
rotors, just flying around, landing on people's heads.
Human
frying-
detected.
frying their brains. Yeah, you imagine that's how they're going to overtake us.
That'd be
with
the first thing,
defibrillator
because
drones.
obviously everyone knows that little bit of it's that little bit of information that defibrillator actually stops your heart from beating.
Well, this
like
one's
that.
Yeah.
delivering hypodermic needles. It's just going to come down and stab people.
Yeah, because when your heart fibrillates, it's going
It's
basically
it
like a
goes to
spasm.
spasm.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Yeah.
it stops your heart. If that's like everyone's like go to, like, well, did you know that defibrillator actually stops your heart? Everyone knows that.
Everyone does know.
the fire department are deploying drones now. I don't know what they're doing that for.
Setting fires.
Yeah.
Keep themselves in business.
Yeah.
Getting cats out of trees. Just fucking hit
Yeah,
them
I
with
just
propellers.
think
Just like shooting a massive fucking net.
Well, it can't carry any water, can it?
But yeah, that'll be.
It's like a GoPro Karma.
But that will be
Doesn't it?
that will be the first thing, won't it? Like if the drone needs to sense the presence of a heartbeat in order to stop it, and it
Yeah.
just the programming goes wrong.
It's zapping it with lasers. It's zapping fire with lasers.
It's
That's
spraying 8 pounds of water.
Not 8 pounds of water.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's enough to do much damage to a high-rise block of flats.
Well, I
on
know the
fire.
experiment we're going to do next show. We're going to get 8 pounds of water and barrage Ross with it.
See how he feels about it.
Set me on fire first, though, won't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Yeah, of course. You're going to douse you in petrol, mate.
yeah. Don't worry, I'll call a drone.
Dad's little tiny parrot drone.
Just
whacking into your head.
Just in case, I'll call a drone to be there on firefighting duty, just in case. Hilariously, I've called the wrong drone. You're on fire, and it's also shocking you with 20,000 volts straight into your chest.
Is this now the Amazon delivery drone that they were talking about?
God knows, this video's going on for a bloody while.
it is.
Let's turn this video
Let's
off.
get this video-
No, all we
let's get
wanted
this
to talk
video.
about was the ambulance drone.
Gone.
Thanks, Darren.
Yes, but yes, you're right. Our tech guys have been hard at work.
Thanks, Darren.
Whoa! It's the best thing ever. I enjoyed it.
Does get his own sound effect?
Well, this
what
is
kind of does
actually
anyway, doesn't
the
he?
first correspondence from James Hemming himself, head of MI6 and leader of the Deadly Nightshades. It's his first correspondence since the murder mystery.
He's still in that cupboard.
He's still in that cupboard.
My microphone's just fallen into my mouth.
Dan's trying to eat his microphone. So this is from and the subject is "Hi, birdies." So I think I know where this is going. Greetings, boys. Finally, after the months of waiting, the bell doesn't count as it was a question. Remember, he sent a
Sent a
picture of his giant clapper.
Yes.
You have
Dangling
failed
clapper.
to self-check a fact. I bring to you the legend that is Pauly Shore.
We don't self-check anything.
90s stand-up comic and star of such memorable hits as California Man and Biodome, co-starring with a certain Antipodean former soap and pop star whose best work may be Ahem Behind Her.
I remember it well. I loved Biodome.
Winky face emoji.
That's the most ridiculous film.
Born Paul Montgomery Shaw after his mother passed away past the Paulie Body Shop and a Montgomery ward on the way to the hospital in labour in 1968. He hit stardom in the 90s for his hugely popular MTV show Total Shite. Sorry, Total Paulie. Before breaking into a spate of shitty films with his amazing witty catchphrases of Birdie and I'm the Weasel. Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm the Weasel. Yeah. Accompanied by a stupid noise. He went on to make comedy albums. Yeah, with all that happened in 2016. Just saying, Lemmy, Bowie, Rickman, and The Princess.
The Princess Leia.
Yeah, I'm getting the Princess Leia thing, but all of those were... Yeah, okay. Interesting facts. Was considered for the role of Leonard Hofstadter in Big Bang Theory, thus making an incredibly shit thing even worse. Can it be that much worse?
Are you adding that in, or did he say that?
No, I'm adding that.
Yeah.
And even more ridiculous, incredulously, Michael McManus in The Usual Suspects. What a difference that would have made, substituting Baldwin for the Weasel. Hey ho, IMDb stated that there is nothing in the pipeline for 2017. Sent from my iPhone.
Do you want to see a little clip of him being the Weasel?
Yeah.
He sent us one.
Oh, okay, go on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Can't hear a word.
I'm not supposed to.
Oh.
I think that video that was left playing was just sort of going over the top of us. By the way, the drone video.
It had no sound.
Oh, did it not?
No.
I think someone said it fucked up the audio feed.
Oh, did it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
We'll have to check that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that,
Apologies
guys.
if it has.
Apologies, folks.
Yeah, the ambulance drone I muted, but the other one had sound.
Ah, I see.
Should have been. Well, I had never checked it though.
We'll see.
No.
We
All
will
this
see.
new
We
fandangled
shall
technology.
see. But yeah, so that was last week when I was trying to figure out what his name was. Do you remember that? I can't even remember what it was in reference to.
I can't remember.
Buddy.
Oh, it was on the
Can't
it was
remember.
on the news as well, and I listened to it earlier.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it was all right. But I heard you mention Birdie.
Buddy. Anyway, so that's Paulie Shaw.
Yeah.
Something I'm sure we all want to forget.
Oh, is that a pun? You said I'm sure we all want to forget.
Unintentional,
Oh,
but
okay.
a happy
Claim
accident.
it, Dom. Own
Have
it.
That's it. Have it.
Yes, of course, Ross. That funny wordplay was mine.
Mm.
And we have a problem.
We do have a problem. We have a problem.
We have a
From-
problem.
Friend of the show, George.
George?
My work colleague
And confidant.
and friend.
Friend.
Pal.
Work buddy.
Birdie.
Her
Imagine
problem-
Paulie Shaw as Leonard Hofstadter. Sorry. That was a piece of information that I was not prepared for.
Try not to think about that show.
I try not to as well, but it infuses like the sort of zeitgeist
Yeah.
with misinformation.
It annoys me because that kind of like the first like couple of seasons of it were actually relatively humorous, but now the actual whole point of it, that they're sort of like hopeless, never going to get a girlfriend, geeks, is gone because they've all got girlfriends.
And two of the girlfriends are pretty hot as well.
It's one of those
Okay.
programs that I put on not to think about things. If it's on the telly, I'll just kind of have it on and
See, it just makes me think of the futility of life and creative endeavour.
Oh, okay.
Because
Doesn't do
if-
that for me. It makes me think about what crisps are downstairs in the cupboard that I can go and eat. That's kind of what happens when that goes on.
And that's why we work as a podcast.
Speaking of eating, the problem today is that George has got a problem spreading cold butter on cold bread.
Everyone has that problem, right? It just
Now-
rips it up.
I don't.
Yeah, because
No?
Dom doesn't eat butter,
No?
so we're going to have we're a little bit out the box thinking here.
Yeah.
And when I say out the box, I mean out of the dish, because we are aware that the sort of the old way of the way of storing butter that most people don't do anymore is in a butter dish, and that doesn't go in the fridge. For example, my grandma still stores butter in a butter dish out of her fridge.
Yeah.
Yes, in a
The in-laws did that over Christmas.
Yeah.
I've never seen it
My
done before.
my girlfriend's parents do it as well, and I love having anything with butter on it around Maddie's house because it's just straight on.
yeah.
I love
Actually, saying that though, at Jem's house,
Stone.
So
When it comes out of the fridge, it's like a rock.
no, you don't have it in the fridge. You keep it out of the
they
fridge.
put it on a dish in the fridge.
no, it's on a dish in.
Room
My
temperature.
family do it with all their butter. It's on a dish in the plates, in with the plates.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
need to put it in the fridge.
Oh, they put it in the fridge.
No,
That's
I
why
think
it's still like a
that
stone.
kind of defeats the point of
decanting
putting it
it, yeah.
onto the thing. You just might as
So
well just
what's
keep
it, at room temperature?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, lovely.
room temperature butter.
yeah.
I do have a very fond childhood memory
Good for baking.
making my own toast at some point, and I put the toaster on and put the knife in the toaster to warm the knife up. So
Good
I could-
idea. That can be our first solution.
So I could spread the butter. I was solving problems from a young age. I remember my mum running in and going, "No!"
Did the knife get hot?
It did. The natural selection almost got me.
It's like that 1,000-degree knife thing that's going on everywhere at the moment.
1,000-degree
Oh, I've
knife.
seen that. It cuts through everything. Cuts
Yeah,
through
like
computers and phones.
someone
and-
like, well, it's like a knife, and it's warmed up to like 1,000
It's,
degrees.
yeah,
Oh,
it's warmed
right,
up with,
okay.
And
a blowtorch, isn't it?
yeah, but like I saw a guy trying to make one the other day, and all he did was strap a MIG welder to it and wait for the fucking it to heat up, and it was like,
Fuck.
it like half melted, and it was really really hot, and he was just going like bang on firecrackers with it and shit like that.
Right,
Fun times. He was wearing goggles though, so safety first.
Good.
that is good.
Yeah.
I was not wearing goggles when I put the knife in the toaster.
See, it was a different time, the 90s.
Yeah, and there weren't circuit breakers either, so I'd probably be dead if I'd have touched the sides.
Excellent.
Good at operation though, wasn't I, as a kid?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the first solution. Is it put the knife in the toaster? Don't touch the sides.
It was a metal handled knife as well.
Practice on operation.
Yeah.
See if Sticks is not liable for any actions
Yeah.
taken on
No.
the behalf of the podcast.
Yeah, I'd just like to say don't do that. I've since learned in a world of electrics that you probably shouldn't put a metal knife in there.
Or maybe that's what you want.
Although
me
the
to
sandwich
think.
toaster, fine. You can put your knife in there.
I have Lurpak at home.
Mm.
Right, spreadable Lurpak. But still, when you're at that midpoint of like a tub of spreadable butter, when you first open it, it is actually spreadable, and the last remnants in there are quite spreadable. But there's that middle section where it gets sort of hard, and it gets like a landscape on it, doesn't it? It's like very mountain.
Does it?
It's
Yeah,
very
I know what you mean.
mountainous,
Yeah.
and it's impossible. A few years ago, I put that tub in the microwave just to warm it up for 10 seconds. Those fucking Lurpak things, because it's all like silver. There's actual like foil
Yeah,
in
it's foil
that
on
in
the
that
top.
covering.
Yeah.
Melted the fucking tub.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yep. Cannot put silver things. Not put metallic things in the
Isn't it
microwave.
amazing how stupid we've all been with butter?
Yeah.
I've never been a fan. Don't use it. Makes me
Just
throw
don't
up.
like it.
Makes me throw up.
Oh, really? So is it an actual allergy or is it like a
No, it's not an allergy
repulsiveness?
because I drink a shit ton of milk and eat a fuck ton of yogurt.
I think
Yeah.
I've told
And-
this story on the podcast before. The reason that Dom doesn't like it, according to his mum, is that when he was a child, when like if you take too big a sort of bite of a sandwich and the top of the sandwich gets kind of
Yes.
stuck to the roof of your mouth, and you're like,
And you blame it on the butter.
and that's
Yeah.
basically seems to be what happened.
Yeah,
is that
so when I was
um,
like a toddler or something, apparently that happened to me, and I freaked the fuck out being a small non-person,
Yeah.
otherwise known as a child. And yeah,
A mini person.
a mini soulless creature that just devours food.
And it's what's changed?
And yeah, ever since I can't stand it. Literally, I can't even spread butter because it makes me sweat, palpitate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's almost a fear.
Yeah.
But I can bake with
Sounds
butter.
like it. So you can put a knob of butter in
I
something.
can put a knob of butter into something
So
and
what
stir it around.
What you're saying is it's okay in knob form.
that's the same with-
Everything's okay in knob form.
That's the same with cheese for you, isn't it? You don't do cheese unless it's melted.
Yeah,
cheese on
I eat
pizza.
a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
But mozzarella isn't cheese in my eyes. Cheese to me is hard cheeses,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cheddar and stuff
I know
like
what you
that.
Brie.
Well, brie,
No,
yeah.
brie, no, all that sort of thing. That's still cheese.
Yeah.
But like mozzarella just doesn't taste like cheese.
About
Stilton?
like soft cheese, like spreadable,
Camembert.
spreadable cheese.
No. That's too
Philadelphia.
cheesy. It's too cheesy. You know cheese that tastes cheesy?
The good kind.
Cheese.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of...
I'm
no.
I'm number 6 on the taste scale, or it only goes up to 5. But they do the extra strong mature cheddar. That's the stuff.
Oh, the
God.
crunchy stuff.
It's not crunchy.
It's got like protein crystals. in
Yeah,
it.
it's got like a bit of a crunch to it. I
It
find
has
extra
kind of
mature
got like a
cheddar.
little bit of like a salty.
That's
edge
the
to it.
protein.
Mm.
I like,
crystallizes.
I'm gonna have cheese. That's the kind I have. I want to know I'm eating cheese.
Really?
Yeah,
When it comes to
strong.
cheddar, I like medium cheddar.
Oh no, strong one.
But-
I don't know what that is either.
But I
Cheese thing.
don't eat cheddar as cheese. Like cheddar is like something for me that I like melt on stuff or put in a sandwich.
Yeah.
But
Goes
when
on
I
enchiladas.
when I eat cheese, I like I'll have like something a little bit stronger, some blue or some Stilton.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Bit of camembert.
Oh god.
Nice brie.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of brie de Meaux as well. That really broccoli smelling
Oh god.
ripe cheese.
I used to work on
Can
a
we
cheese.
stop talking about? It's generally making me want to throw up. Can we stop talking about it?
I used to work on a
you
cheese counter.
ever got that
Used to stink of
sweet, squirty cheese? You just fill your mouth up
Oh wow.
with delicious lava of cheese.
What are you talking about? Cheese counter?
Squirty cheese. I used to work on a cheese counter.
So did I.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That's what it's doing. Dom's getting cheese counter
Can I get
flashbacks.
a pound of cheddar, please, mate.
Nope.
Literally.
Cut it with the little
That's why I got moved onto the hot food counter after that.
Yes, vomiting on cheese.
But then I also got to cut up meat, which I enjoyed. So
Yeah, I used to. I did all 4 in the end. I ended
fine.
up doing the fish and the.
Terrifying. I was just a bit picturing you in Morrison's, just like. Got moved off the meat counter because no one wanted to go to the fucking thing.
Was that half a kilo, love?
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. I ended up doing all 4. I did the hot chicken, I did the meat, and I did the fish as well as the cheese counter. I ended up doing all of them. Got moved around a lot.
Story of your life, Ross.
That's it.
I could never get the weights right.
I was good.
There
I
was
good at
like
guessing the
200
pound.
grams. Crab. And they always used to. This is the annoying thing because it was in Herne Bay
Yeah,
and it's full of old people.
yeah.
So they'd come up and go, I have half a pound of this ham. And I go, what's half a pound?
227 grams, Dom.
I don't know that.
Is it really?
It is. And 454 is a pound.
That
You know
shows you how much I actually gave a shit about the job.
I'm gonna test this.
226
This is
point
Ross's
something.
secret superpower.
Oh my
No,
god!
this is 3 years on the deli counter. I know exactly what half a
How
pound
much-
is.
What was it? How much is half a pound in grams?
227. Huh.
How much is half a pound in grams?
Okay, he's 0.2 off.
It's 226.8. You were right
Well,
at 227.
I will give him congratulations minus 0.2 then.
Dick.
This is the thing. It's just
Congratulations.
why can't people just use the metric system? It works so much better than
Does, yeah.
Imperial.
But then if someone asked me for like 500 grams of cheese, I was like, oh god, I don't know what that looks like. Because
Well-
everyone used to ask for it for pounds and kilos. But we are talking the olden days, obviously.
Interestingly, the way that the metric system,
90s.
the way that the metric system is worked out
Oh,
is
it's
so
not
so that it transfers as well. So if you want 200 milliliters of water, you can weigh 200 grams,
Of
right?
water,
and
yeah.
and it works out.
Yeah.
The people, I'm sure that it seems to be news to people when I explain to them that water weighs what its volume is.
Yeah.
It is a
That doesn't work with other
beautiful
liquids,
system.
does it? Obviously, because some liquids are more dense.
But
than
apparently the kilo is the original kilo is now wrong. You know
others.
the
Is there
kilo
a
the
metric kilo and a
the
normal kilo?
the kilo that they the kilo
Oh right, yeah.
the bit of metal that is the kilo
Okay.
is
Standard
now
of weights and
is
measures.
now wrong
Oh, okay.
because of
Is it eroded?
Gravity.
Brexit.
gravity.
Has gravity changed?
No, because something to do with entropy and the universe. It's really physicsy. You not heard of this? The original kilo is wrong. The kilo by which all kilos are held to is wrong.
The kilo which obviously, just to explain to the listeners at home, came, we believe, from the planetary system Kilo.
No!
Landed.
No, you know what I'm saying?
It was a perfectly hexagonal meteorite made out of... I'm just making shit up.
Yeah.
And the second one that came down was the 2 kilo. It's twice as big. Literally twice as big.
Third one was 226.8 grams.
Just so Ross would know how much half a pound of breaded ham is.
226.8. I was working somewhere recently where they had the standard measurements, and it was like the official measurements. I want to say the Guildhall, London.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the measurements mounted on the walls as almost like artifacts to look at.
So let's just recap here. Why is it that
something to do with
wrong?
like obviously over time things degrade, don't they?
Okay.
And it's been around for so long now that it's like some infinitesimal amount wrong.
So it's
but
lost.
the thing is where how it all works, how like scales are all done over the world is from this one thing. I think it's kept in like France or Zurich.
I thought it was in Zurich, weirdly.
Yeah, I think it's like in Zurich because Switzerland's neutral, so everything's kept in Zurich. If you're looking for an Illuminati like headquarters, Zurich.
They're tipping the scales of politics in the world literally by changing the way that the kilo.
But no,
works.
over time, where it's sort of gone slowly wrong, every other like obviously it's a domino effect and it snowballs. So there's some like scales in some country somewhere that are like really out.
Yeah,
yeah, apparently.
What, in the customer's favour or the?
I don't know.
No, it'd be the other way.
Good question.
It would have lost weight, wouldn't it? Would it have lost weight or gained weight?
It would have lost weight. So
then it's not in the customer's favour.
So is it? Do you think is it?
Oh no! It also accumulates odd amounts of weight because of dust and cosmic rays.
Yeah.
Some cosmic rays were mentioned.
Cosmic rays.
Yeah, because obviously
Interesting.
we get a certain amount of cosmic rays.
Oh, loads.
Yeah,
Everything,
penetrating the atmosphere.
all the rays from the sun are just passing through us right now.
Okay, Brian Cox, calm down.
I did read something recently. I'm sure it was just scaremonger tactics, but they reckon that if there was ever a solar flare like there was back in like the early 1900s, that all of our internet and everything would go down and the whole world would be fucked and people would die, and it would be like.
Well, I mean, a
crazy.
big solar storm could cause electromagnetic interference.
It would cause some sort of.
They reckon all the telephone lines would go down, and therefore all the things that we rely on.
Well, I can imagine that we'd be relatively protected from it by the atmosphere, but I should imagine satellites would be affected by it. I can't imagine that it would affect them like with the heat, but it probably would.
No, it's not
send
the
out
heat, it's
some
to do
sort
with
of
the radiation.
electromagnetic.
It's to do with the electric.
They reckon that all the phone lines went down. Like,
do you imagine if
sometime.
the internet went down just like that for
the
some
whole world
whatever
lost it for a little while.
hypothetical?
Yeah,
Like you lost it. Say you lost
The
it.
sound of the world losing internet connections like this.
Everybody break out your Game Boys. But no, can you imagine, like, just like that, every, like, interconnected thing on the planet, stock exchange, everything, for half a day? I'm not imagining, like, apocalyptic levels of chaos, but it's got to be...
if the internet went down, like I'm talking about the whole world lost internet for, let's call it a week, do you think the world would be fucked?
I think it would change things irrevocably, socially, economically, and all that sort of thing. Because hard drives wouldn't be wiped.
No.
No.
But
It's
at
just
the same,
communication lines and things.
but at the same time, everything we do economically, socially, technologically is so enmeshed in the interconnectedness of the World Wide Web, as we referred to it last week, or the cyberspace.
The net.
The net. Get on surfing on the net.
What you called it? You didn't call it the World Wide Web. You called it something else. The Information
The
Superhighway.
information superhighway.
Is it?
I think without internet for a week, the world. Well, I don't know how it would work. There must be some plan.
I'd live,
I imagine.
but-
Well, you'd live, wouldn't you?
But
I
the world
imagine
live.
governments have something in place.
I can imagine it's a bit like on a small scale, like when the network connection goes down in a supermarket and they can't process things through their tills because
It goes to cash.
in a supermarket,
Or you get the old.
all the offers and the prices get downloaded once a day overnight.
Yeah.
The tills poll.
Yeah. And it clicks over. So they've, obviously there's a fail safe there. They've got books under there, so you can do the old system of writing down exactly what's sort of gone through, and you tot it up by.
Imagine the management that run in shops nowadays having to get a pen and paper out.
But
it happens more often than you think, though.
But the thing is, you would be more economical with your shop, wouldn't you? Because the thing is, you can go through a supermarket, fill up a trolley full of 200 quid worth of shopping, and be processed through in 5 minutes. But if you had to go through there and they had to write down the price of every single item and then type it up on a calculator, you wouldn't bother, because in the days where that didn't happen, you go to a little greengrocer down the road and you buy your stuff.
Half a pound of carrots.
What's that in grams, Ross?
226.8, Dan.
Yeah, you buy
you go to the butcher,
buy what you need, as opposed to going down buying a shitload of stuff.
Candlestick maker.
So you just have to do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go down there and buy a shitload of shopping, because it would take too long for everything to go on.
First, you'd have to find their boat, right? The butcher, baker, and the candlestick.
Yeah.
Hope it's flowing through your town at that day.
But I can imagine most systems around the world work on some form of like network connection.
I think they were talking about hospitals. They were talking about like hospital. A lot of the hospital equipment is network based now, and they were saying a lot of that. If that goes down, then a lot of people.
Yeah, all the fucking ambulance drones will be falling out of the sky.
Yeah, fucking right.
Well, this is what you got to ask yourself, and what level, and what sort of groups out there or sovereign states and stuff would take advantage of that situation. Would they?
Got no internet connectivity to their nukes, have they? So
no, but nukes don't run on the internet. Did you not know this? They still run on floppy disk.
Yeah.
All America's nukes still run on floppy disk.
They've still got to contact someone to put this floppy disk in.
Fucking pigeon.
Can on the end of a string.
That's it.
Pigeon.
Big long tunnel. Send the nuke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The big one or the little one?
Big one. Fucking find the little one as well.
So am I getting from this that we're using nuclear power to warm butter?
I feel like lasers has to be involved, doesn't it, Dom?
Oh, well, I was about to bring this up. Sorry, we were talking about butter. Not the end of the world.
Yes. The butter's turned into apocalypse.
From slightly annoying spreadable butter to internet apocalypse. Only on See If It Sticks, folks. Only on See If It Sticks. Right. Yes, you could have
It'd
some
be
sort
alright
of...
though if the apocalypse occurred, because according to this manifesto, which I have read out already, our bodies will continue when we leave Earth, and over hundreds of thousands of years will change to adapt for other worlds or space.
Good to know.
Okay.
So we might actually adapt to the nuclear winter, which we are about to experience.
Yes, Trump is in the White House.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen. He's already pissed off China.
Has he?
Yeah. Without getting too political on the podcast,
I don't read the news anymore.
One of his guys, one of his national security guys or someone like that has turned around and, he's appointed all these corporate big wigs to positions in government.
Like heads of oil companies.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Has turned around and said something about, we could take those bases in the South China Sea, and not even knowing that that's a provocative statement to say in the media.
Yeah, of course it is.
Towards a country that you have semi-strained relationship with. It's just bullshit like that. There's all these fucking douchebags. They are just bro douchebags. Grown up into old men, and they've never grown out of anything else. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it because it's too heavy for a comedy podcast about spreading butter.
I tell you what, I was actually thinking. I was sort of like riffing off your toaster knife idea.
Mm.
I was thinking.
I wonder if this is what I'm thinking about.
Well, what I was thinking is that you could get how old irons work, where you'd sort of put it on the hob, and it would heat up the plate on the front, and then you could use it to iron. What I was thinking is that, you could have some sort of a ceramic, like a little paddle thing, and you sort of like whack it in the microwave for 10 seconds and heat it up so that it's not like boiling, not like boiling to touch. Then you can just lay it over the top of your tub of butter and it'll sort of heat that top layer gently.
Is there any damage of cooking it and then cooking it again, or like can butter be damaged by being heated up and then being cooled?
Well, this is why I say something like ceramic, because you don't want it to become boiling hot, not like you know like
you want to burn the butter.
No, you just whack it in the microwave for like 10 seconds and it becomes warm. Because if I ever have this problem, I often get it on at the weekend. We often make like boiled eggs, like soft boiled eggs, and then you want to dip some bread and butter.
Eggy soldiers.
So then while I'm boiling the water for the eggs, I kind of tip the butter tub over and face it towards the hob, so it kind of heats.
Oh, well, they're like, yeah. See, what I was thinking was a self-heating tub.
Yeah,
self-heating.
So it had a filament in the inside.
Do you know what? You know, like when you get a battery and you self-test a battery and you put your your fingers on it, and it sort of like limits. You could just like press your fingers into 2 points on it, and it would like warm the tub.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
Mm. And it would just get it. It would like, you know what you were talking about, your landscape thing?
Yeah.
Where it's all like sort of ridges and bumps.
Yeah.
It would just melt it into a perfectly flat surface. And then you take it off and it would sort of maybe just sort of coagulate again. And then you can just easily spread it off the top like it is when it's fresh.
What always concerns me with anything that says it's spreadable is that they've put another chemical in there to make it spreadable.
But usually, when you get spreadable butter, I believe they put oil into it. Yeah,
because there's like Filippo Berio's like olive oil, olive spread and stuff like that.
Yeah,
olive oil's all right for you, but sunflower oil is it vegetable oil? It's not good for you.
Actually, olive oil isn't very good for you.
Olive oil's pretty good for you.
Oh, yeah.
But
I did hear that you've got to go extra virgin or nothing though.
Right.
And also, you shouldn't fry with olive oil. And do you know why?
Oh dear.
Why is that?
When you fry with it, it gives off carcinogenic fumes. You should only bake with olive oil.
Oh well, hasn't killed me yet.
I think I thought olive oil was all right to cook with, but I have
no. It's all right. It's perfectly fine to cook with and ingest. I have
overcooked it though before. I put oil in the pan the other day and forgot about it while it was heating up. Before I put whatever it was, I think I was going to put some vegetables in there and make some soup, but yeah, I kind of forgot about it while I was preparing the vegetables, and I smelled this like awful burning smell. It was awful.
Yeah,
couldn't get rid of it.
Me and Jem made calzone yesterday.
Nice.
We did.
Dom and Jem's calzone, low fat calzone zone.
There's no low fat, but yeah, you get two ready-made pizza base. Like
low cal calzone zone.
Low cal calzone zone. Yeah. You know those just roll sheets you can get ready-made pizza bases?
Yeah.
So you get that, and we got an antipasti pack of meat and some black olives and some mozzarella. Lay it all out, fold them over, crimp them up, bit of olive oil on the top, stick them in the oven for 16 minutes.
Did you have a separate tomato-based sauce?
Yes.
You did?
I had to pour over the top, yes.
Nice.
I was saying, when you were finished, did you suck that out?
No, it was all over the top of my calzone.
I like a calzone, but I find that if I go out and eat a calzone, they never give me enough sauce because I like it to be
saucy.
Nice and saucy.
So I've heard.
I like this idea.
I like that idea.
I wonder if it would increase the price of butter a lot, though, which would encourage...
I don't think so. I'd never increase the prices of batteries all that much.
That is true.
You just have to factor it in because I'm pretty sure there's already quite a high margin on butter.
Yes.
You just have
Can't
to
be that expensive to make, can it?
You'd have to take a knock to your margins, really, wouldn't you? But
yeah. I mean, I should point out that I remember seeing a couple of years ago a knife which would warm itself up.
I've seen that as well.
Okay, yeah.
But for in my mind, I've never heard any stories about it actually working, and I don't think that would work.
I don't know anyone that's got one.
No.
Maybe
it was a bit of fake news.
Could be.
China. Anyway, yeah. Are we going with that as a solution then?
I kind of like that as a solution. I really like that.
I solved that shit like motherfucking.
Because you would never accidentally do it either, because you have to put it in two completely separate points. Maybe you have to put the lid on in order to do it.
Yeah.
So you would never really pick it up in such a awkward way. You put one over one side of the butter and one on the lid, and you just have to put your thumb down, complete the little circuit, whatever.
Great idea.
It doesn't need to be hot, does it? It just needs to be
Just warm.
Just needs to warm up a little bit.
Uniformly warm.
Yeah.
Uniformly warm. That'd be a good name for the
Uniformly warmly.
Uniformly warmly. Right then, we need to come up with a name.
Uniformly warmly.
Uniformly warmly.
Uniformly warmly.
Can I think of anything better? I was trying to think of puns on like famous butter brand names. Like I can't believe it's not butter.
Katie Roberts Knight has suggested that reusable container so you can decant your butter of choice into the warming container.
Good idea.
So you buy
okay.
Good idea. So then people can still store it in the fridge.
and it would keep prices down of butter.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll finesse that a little bit and add Katie.
Just buff that up.
Katie?
Yes.
Katie's?
Katie. Yeah.
Onto the top. Now I'm saying that.
You know when you hear a word so much?
Yeah, and it starts to become odd in your mouth.
Semantic satiation, that's called.
Is that called semantic satiation?
Yeah.
Maybe we should call the podcast Semantic Satiation, because I like that. Maybe we should just rename, see if it sticks, as Semantic Satiation, because that's what happens. Uniformly warmly. It just works for me.
Does, yeah.
It's sort of named itself a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Or what about Dom's calzone zone?
That is actually
low calzone zone.
That is actually I was stealing jokes from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, well, uniformly warmly is
warmly.
It's better.
It sounds funny. The more it's said, it sounds more like wibbly wobbly to me. Like uniformly warmly.
Uniformly warmly.
Ibbity bobbly.
Right then, we've named the podcast Uniformly Warmly.
Wibbly wobbly wobbly.
Right then, guys. So, you can find us at stickitpod.com, where you'll find links to all our social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are even on the YouTubes. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher. Please, if you want to, leave a review. Perhaps even tell us how terrible you find us. Please, you guys,
don't do that.
The podcast
Please.
Runs on your suggestions for problems. Look, everything we've shown you today is all user-created content, and the nonsense that came afterwards is just us talking. You are the lifeblood and fuel for this engine.
You look like you're looking at me. When
Sorry, no, you are the lifeblood and fuel for this engine.
Look down the barrel.
Please send in your problems, corrections, lamentations. Drive your enemies before you and hear the lamentation of their women. As Conan once said.
The barbarian.
Conan the podcaster.
Conan the podcast. Right. You can send all those things to flingit@stickitpod.com or get in contact with us on the aforementioned social media sites. Once again, send us your shit. It will get read out. For See If It Sticks this week, I've been Dom.
I've been Ross.
And I've been Dan.
Wibbly wobbly 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 wobbly.